Okay, here we are.
Alrighty. So, are we
Um,
getting any of your friends joining in or nah?
I don't think so, unfortunately. But we'll see. Maybe they'll come in later. Um,
Maybe.
let's. But I think the stream should start in a few minutes, or in a,
Yeah, it's a little bit
it,
streams tend to be a bit lagged.
yeah. Um, Return of the Kaiser. Is that what you've named this save file?
Yep.
We aren't bringing back Kaiser Wilhelm though.
Kind of, sort
Well, I
of.
mean, we are. We're bringing like Kaiser Wilhelm the Fourth or whoever the fuck it is.
Right. It's becoming a constitutional monarchy, so it's still a return of the monarchy. So
Okay, so I guess it's still
then
Return of
also
the
Return of the
Kaiser.
Kaiser. Return of the Kaiser is the same number of syllables as Return of the Jedi, and I was in a very Star Wars mood
It's a
because
meme.
I'm a nerd. I'm a meme. Yeah. So, I suppose we should do introductions just in case anyone joins in.
Yes, so hello, I am Alec. You all know me. I am the one putting on the stream, and I am the one who probably said I was going to show this game to you because you were interested.
And, hi, I'm, Alex's friend, Zev. Uh, None of you guys know me because I'm on the other side of the ocean most of the time. I'm a master's student of archaeology at the University of Reading, and I like history, so this is why Alec and I are doing this little project together.
Yeah. Why'd you put on the accent for that?
Um, I didn't really put on an accent, more so as like I'm not great with this sort of introductions to a
Okay.
wide possible audience. I have not done YouTube video making in a year. No, 2 years.
Noob.
Fuck you.
Hey, I've got teachers watching.
They curse too.
Sure. We'll go with that. To catch you guys up on where we're leaving off from a save file called Return of the Kaiser, if you haven't heard from our time that we believed the game was warming up, um, the year was 1936. It's been a year, actually, a year and a week since this game started. It started on the 1st of January, or 2nd of January, 19, yeah, 1st of January, 1936. And the first thing we did is we started a military coup. Oh, I should probably also say that we're playing as Germany. Um, we have, the first thing we did was start a military coup against Adolf Hitler and the Nazis because we don't like them and because we felt like doing this. So now our country is currently led by August von Mackensen, a hero from the First World War who led this military coup, and we are attempting to reinstate the Kaiser, basically. But not Kaiser Wilhelm, unfortunately. We are instituting a constitutional monarchy, and we're bringing back the Kaiser, and we're having democratic elections. All in the meantime, our plan is to take down the Soviet Union, because communism is also a bad thing. Really, our main threats right now, well, our foreseeable threats are possibly the Western allies, such as France, Britain, as well as the communists themselves. The Spanish Civil War is currently going on, and the next foreseeable enemy is possibly Italy, even though we do not have a direct border with them. But we'll see how this goes.
Now, to explain why Alec and I are doing this in cooperative, Alec needs the practice, so we decided to divvy up the roles that we are in charge of. Alec is in charge of military planning. I'm acting as a backup as I have a bit more experience. But I'm in charge of the Navy and the Air Force. We take turns deciding which research technology. In this game, you can research technologies and doctrines to further the goals of your country.
Also, like, you can research ideologies for your nation, as well as, I think you already said, equipment. Something else that Zev is doing is he is working on um, infrastructure in the country, and I am in charge of manufacturing and production. So it's basically an even split, although Zev might be doing more of the work here because he has more experience, but we'll see. So,
Now, in regards to how we're going to take down the behemoth that is the Soviet Union, there is something that we can research for our country. Not sort of research. It's called a focus. Now, what these focus groups are that we are planning to take on is creating an alliance between a number of the northern European,
so
namely
it's the Nordic,
the entirety of
yeah,
Scandinavia and
it's
most of the Central European countries.
yeah, the Scandinavia, the Low Countries, and basically all Central Europe, minus Italy and France.
So hopefully we'll be able to pull that off without a hitch.
Yeah.
And if the Soviet Union fires the first shot, hopefully we'll have the Allies on our side. If not, we're gonna be possibly going it alone. There's no guarantee.
They may
The
be
thing
fighting
is,
Japan,
the thing with
we don't know.
we'll probably be fighting. We'll probably be fighting Japan. The thing with the thing with a game like Hearts of Iron 4 is that most of the time, each run through is completely different. Certain factors are randomized, but some decisions are, for the most part, extremely common.
Yeah. Like, Japan almost always invades China. It's great.
I've only seen one instance where China was not invaded by the Empire of Japan, but by the Shogunate of Japan, and that has only been once in the past 2 years. So
That's just because they had an ideology change, but they always
they had
China.
An ideology change. Regardless, that's just the rundown. Alec, you are ready, correct?
Yes, I am ready. So we can
Alrighty,
get this show on the road.
Woo!
Initializing game.
Alright, so the server is up, just waiting for you to get your butt in here.
I'm loading graphics. It'll be done here in a quick second.
Ow, 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 ow.
What have you done?
And no, I just had to readjust myself because I have a bad knee. Listen, Alec, my body is screwed.
Oh yeah, something else about Zev is he's basically an old man, even though he's 20.
I'm 22, get it? I'm 22, get it right?
Alright, and here
I'm
we
a
are.
master student.
Also, did you say you annexed?
No, I didn't annex anybody.
Because your message said you annexed somebody, and I was about to be like...
it was a quick message. So where we left off, we had after Alec, where we last left off Thursday, the German Civil War, which had been raging for about a year.
Yeah.
Recently
literally
ended
a year now. So
the Civil War began in March. The war ended about 1st of February, around there. But Germany capitulated to the
Nazi Germany.
German military. Nazi Germany capitulated, led by Himmler.
After Hitler committed suicide.
After Hitler committed suicide, when the Kaiserliche forces took Berlin.
Yep.
But Alec, after you had left, Germany had completely surrendered, and the message said that we had annexed all German territory.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Including the region, including
Königsberg up here, which I've zoomed in, which was their last stronghold.
Their last stronghold was Ostpreußen, and we didn't even need to invade. They just surrendered.
Because they're led by Himmler, and Himmler is a bloody coward.
Yeah. Alright, so right now we need to figure out what we're gonna do with our troops.
I I think
We should. I think we should maybe set them to just guard, just in case.
yeah, and also well, are they? Can we continue to train them? Because I know we took some losses and stuff. But right now, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna work
I've already
on.
got some training.
Okay, so we're gonna work on building up our military. I don't know why we would do that.
Um, I'd say building up the military is a good idea if we're going up against the Soviet Union.
Although France
Um,
might think it's a bit.
France won't care. France won't care.
Are we sure about this?
Yeah, like if we can put troops in the Rhineland and nobody would care.
Well,
Their
I mean,
opinion of us
that's true.
is -10, but that's only because of a different ideology. And their opinion of us is -26 because we generated 16 world tension, but that doesn't really matter. Democracies cannot declare war, cannot form a casus belli or justify a war goal until world tension is about at
Isn't it 50%?
50%, 75%. Yeah.
Yeah.
For us actually, for us it's 50%. For democracies, I think it's higher at 75%.
Yeah. So we're gonna go for democracy, and we're not gonna. I mean, you know what I think is going to happen. You know.
Hold on, we got something new. All right, it's not necessarily a news report, but
I can't read, by the way. So Zeb
Right.
is going to read this to us.
At long last, we have freed our country from the grip of our enemies, and those loyal citizens who rose up to support our cause may now finally return to their homes. As a nation, we may begin the long and arduous process of rebuilding our nation. The country's leadership, in turn, is free to begin looking ahead at what might come in the future. Democracy, or a return of the old monarchy. One last thing remains to be taken care of, however. With the end of the Civil War, our troops have managed to capture a large group of the Nazi leadership. Now there only remains the decision of what to do with this unsavory part of our recent history.
That's what I figured was gonna happen. Anyway.
Yeah. Our choices are hang them, in which case we gain 5% stability, and the change in popularity of fascists go down by 5%.
Okay.
And it deletes the Landsturm Regiment template and remove all units created from this template, or imprison them for life. They might come in useful in the future, which gives us 75 political power and change in popularity of fascists by 5%. But we still lose the Landsturm Regiment. I'd say we hang them.
Well, let's see here for a second. What even is the Landsturm? Oh, I need to look at this template.
The Landsturm Regiment.
That's just 3 infantry. That's it. I won't miss
It's 3 infantry as compared to Infanterie Division, which I set it up to be 3 times 5, so 15 infantry.
We don't need that, obviously.
Yeah. But do we want the political power, or do we want to hang them and gain stability? Because our stability is currently at 77%, which isn't
77% isn't terrible. And it's just that if we hang the
popularity of fascists is it goes up by 5% with the second option. With the other one, it goes down by 5.
You mean they're gonna become more popular if they're in prison?
Yeah. So the NSDAP's popularity will go from 12% to 17%.
Yeah, we should probably hang them.
All right. Hang them! Alrighty then.
German Civil War ends. There we go.
You go ahead.
The rebuilding again. Oh, I didn't read it.
Oh, you didn't read it?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I thought it was something you already read.
No. Okay. The civil war that has racked Germany has now come to an end. The fighting was extraordinarily intense, with fanatical resistance by Nazis causing devastation on a scale reminiscent of the Great War. It appears Hitler is dead, and the Nazi leadership imprisoned or executed. The provisional government has now announced that it is necessary to secure their hold over the state and ensure the return of stability to the nation, before there can be any thought of embarking on a process of constitutional reforms. Let the rebuilding begin!
So air innovations, and then our next thing will be secure the new state.
Alright. Let's secure the new state. Yoink.
Gain-based stability plus 120 political power, and daily fascism support goes down by 0.05.
And we can finally do that because we are at peace.
Yep, your game is
our
no
game is
longer in sync. Resync. Ace Republic no longer has the correct game state.
What the hell?
No, here I am. I'm resyncing. I think.
Resync. There we go.
There we go.
Alright, I resynced. How much information did we lose?
Let's just be back at war. This is also
actually no, we're fine. We're still at 20 hours on the 8th of February 1937.
Well, that's because it hasn't reset yet. I'm
no,
almost unloading.
It's the same with me.
I'm loaded.
Now. Right, hit ready.
I don't have a ready button to hit.
Well, it's not gonna allow me to start until you hit ready.
There's no ready for me to hit.
There we go.
There we go.
No, we're still where we left off.
Alright, that's weird, but sure.
And Paradox games are weird.
Paradox games are quite the paradox. You see what I did there? I'm a funny man.
You are a funny man. But we did lose a large portion of our military.
We did, so we have to build it. My game is no longer in sync.
I think it's because my internet's crappy.
Loaded.
So I'm gonna keep it at 1 speed for now.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's trying to do all these different changes at the same time.
Yeah.
So keeping it at 1 speed should probably do us good.
Yep.
Paradox games are not known for their stable multiplayer. I mean, you can do multiplayer on them no problem, so long as you're in close proximity to one another.
Yeah. And
right,
there we go. Okay, so let's see here. Research. 72 days left on the Panzer IV.
Nice.
That's actually really quick because then it'll be done about a year before.
The year before it's supposed to actually be in service.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's gonna be 2 years because it's 1937. It didn't show up till 39.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It's a good meme.
Right, well,
see, I told you, teaming up with the Soviet Union for that would have been a good thing.
I'm gonna start resetting
You also have a
infrastructure.
50% bonus to the Tigray, Panzer IV, and Leopard.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Although it'll still take 760 days to research the Tiger and 645 to research the Leopard. We might want to consider that because that'd be
the Leopard?
The Leopard or the Tiger, because that would bring them a year. If we start researching them now, they'd show up a whole year before this is supposed to.
Let's see. Soft attack, hard attack, max speed 614. Well, we do have the Blitzkrieg Doctrine, so...
I mean, okay, yeah, well, that's true.
So maybe we should we should focus on primarily light tanks.
I mean, then we'd have I mean, although I feel like the Panzer IV and the Panther would be useful for us to do.
I am not in disagreement with you.
But I feel like the Leopard would be a logical step because we'd have the Panzer III and the Leopard. Well, we'd probably have the Panzer IV by the time we get the Leopard. Or we'd have the Panzer IV and Leopard at the same time. So that seems like it'd be a good idea. I'm not a huge fan of heavy tanks to begin with.
No, we don't have the Blitzkrieg doctrine, but we're going to be working towards that.
We're going to be working towards Blitzkrieg and then modern Blitzkrieg, because why do we need desperate defense if we're not attacking? If we're not being attacked,
Right.
I should say. Because it's Volksturm, which increases our recruitable population, non-necessary conscription, which also increases our recruitable conscription, and then werewolf guerrillas, which increases guerrilla tactics and the effect of our partisans, and don't believe that's necessary. I mean,
Right.
yeah, so we're gonna go for that. Naval doctrine still will take about a third of a year to research, or 2/3 of a year to research anything, so researching dive bomb.
I'm gonna speed. Do you mind if I speed up a little bit?
That's fine.
If it desyncs again, then we're screwed.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's just because it was trying to do a whole bunch of changes and didn't go through quite right. So, nope. Resync.
We have 50% buffs to our industrial stuff.
Industrial. Oh, right, that's true. So we should probably invest we should probably invest a bit into industry.
Yeah.
Next, because
we need more
because
factory,
we need increase.
We need more production.
We need more.
Stuff.
Yeah, we need more production. We need factories like yesterday, because that Civil War kind of fucked us.
Yeah. So this will be excruciatingly long.
It'll be long, but you'll get to learn a bit of alternate history, which hasn't happened yet.
Trust me, this is the kind of history that should have happened, because this is the kind of history that's interesting. Like
the Battle of Berlin.
The Battle of Berlin
in this timeline lasted about 3 months. A week? It felt like 3 months.
It felt like 3 months, but that's just because of how we were playing.
Yeah.
Probably continue playing. There we go. Two
no,
speeds
but
probably
the Battle of
screw
Berlin.
us, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 3 speed. If 2 speed screws us, we'll go on 1. No, but the Battle of Berlin saw several. From what we can tell, at least 1 bridge being fought over.
At least
into the
5
city.
times.
At least 5 times, and it changed hands between the Kaiserliche
the
forces.
Yeah, we're the UN, aren't we?
Yeah, we're the
German
junta.
military junta.
And you're out of sync.
Sync.
Oh, this is going to
So
be fun.
yeah, you gotta.
Sorry, folks, but this is going to take a long time to do.
Yeah, just simply because of the way this is. Something I just realized is everything on my airsoft gun is ambidextrous, with the exception of the fire switch selector. Which
careful, don't you have your teachers watching this?
I know, but they know about it already. Well, Mr. Lebunzik does anyway.
Mr. Lebunzik knows about.
It's not like I'm gonna bring it to school, because that's illegal.
I mean, yeah.
And it's a bit large to carry to school.
Does your school have like any metal detectors or stuff like that?
We don't have metal detectors, but we have security cameras.
Lucky. My school had both police officers and metal detectors.
Oh, we have security guards too. That's true.
Yeah, no, but I went to high school in Baltimore City, and this was.
You know, that immediately explains it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Baltimore City's a hell of a lot more dangerous now, thanks to a whole bunch of socioeconomic issues that have been getting worse over the past several years. Namely gentrification, but nah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Can't we modify some templates?
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to modify some templates, go ahead. You got 194
We also have mountain divisions that we're not training.
That is true. We should probably train some mountain divisions.
I feel like that'd be great.
We shall put them in Oberbayern.
I also feel
Indonesia.
like we don't need horse cavalry anymore.
We really don't. They're draining resources.
Bloody horses. I mean, sorry to the apologies to the horses, but you know it's all about trucks.
Choo choo. Wait, no, that's a train.
That's a train.
I don't care.
Also, the game is no longer in sync. Nice memes.
Alright, so I'm gonna rehost the game, actually.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna save it.
Yep.
Return the Kaiser, save.
And we're both going to exit the game. I'm going to
Yeah.
exit the game.
I'm gonna exit to menu.
I'm going to reopen my Hearts of Iron because I made a mistake.
Good job.
Actually, I should get some music going. Let's see here.
Is OBS not picking up any game audio?
No, it's just because I have my game audio, my music turned off. Although I probably should turn it back on.
No. Alright. Password is the same as last time.
Okay.
Excuse me, what?
Maybe it's the bloody password.
Maybe it's the password. Maybe the game doesn't like memes. Who knows?
Maybe the game doesn't like... Well, because remember, we were playing without a password, and it was fine.
You know what? That's a good idea. Let me give it a try.
Well, I swear to God, if that's the issue.
If that's the issue, I'm gonna throw a fit.
That's going to be a meme.
It is going to be interesting.
But I think it's interesting that on modern weapons that almost pretty much everything is ambidextrous.
And if anyone else joins, I'll just let them know it's a private game, but we've been having issues, so we're trying no password.
Yep. Plus, there's going to be no hot joining, so it's not like it matters.
Yeah.
That we don't have a password, because our password is us playing the game.
Yep. Just so long as you get your tuchus in here fast enough.
Yeah. See, is Hearts of Iron actually opening? It is not. Let's try that again.
That's a spicy meme.
Library. Is it running? It is not. Nice memes. I'm gonna open it up from Steam. There we go. Now it's opening.
That may be the reason why we were having it.
It's because I opened it up for
I don't know. Paradox games are like, I've had issues with Paradox
games are very picky.
They're fun.
I'll turn
on multiplayer.
I'll turn on the in-game music.
Actually, I think I know one of the reasons that you may be desyncing.
Why?
OBS.
That would be
because you're streaming.
Yeah.
But if you go into the settings of OBS, you should find something that'll allow you to record video and save it.
Yeah, I know, but
that shouldn't. Well, I mean, if you want to show your classmates and your teachers,
I know, but
you should probably do that.
Whatever.
If we're still running into trouble, without the password,
I mean, yeah.
If you're still running into trouble without the password, just give the recording a shot.
Well, I don't feel like doing that. I could just show them just gameplay of somebody else playing Hearts of Iron.
I mean,
I didn't promise that I didn't promise that it'd be me playing Hearts of Iron.
Well, right, but it was the story that Wait, hold on, I thought it was.
I had even explained. Everything I've told you is a lie. Almost. Almost everything I've told you is a lie.
Kids these days, you can't trust them.
Almost everything I've told you is a lie.
Back in my day, we used to tell the truth. It's what made George Washington such a great leader.
But streaming is the truth, and it's for my teachers is the truth, and for some of my friends is the truth. Are they going to be watching it currently? That is not the truth.
Is no one watching?
No one is watching. That is indeed the truth.
Okay, how did you tell them to? Did you give them a link or something?
No.
An approximate time?
I told my teachers. I said, "Hey, come watch my Hearts of Iron live stream." They're like, "If we had time, we would, but we're teachers, so we don't have time." So.
That's fair enough. But did you provide them with a link to your channel?
No, I didn't provide anybody with a link to my channel. That's the meaning.
Then how are they gonna watch it?
Precisely.
Oh my god, Alex.
That's precisely the meme.
Oh my god.
You've just been memed. You've just been gnomed.
I have just been memed. Well, this is the last time I'm helping you.
This is the last. I guess I could stop the stream here because they get the gist from it if I just show them that part of the stream. I'll just stop the stream.